Hi, I'm Ralph, the Ageless Runner, and welcome to episode 1 in my series on the long run, where today we ask, are you running your long runs too fast? Most runners are. Studies show that recreational runners regularly push their long runs 30 to 60 seconds per mile faster than what's optimal. And here's the crazy part. That extra effort doesn't actually make you fitter. It doesn't help you. In fact, it often sabotages your training. Running slower in your long runs builds more endurance, helps you recover faster, and protects you from injuries. And the best part, slower long runs can actually help you race faster. Today we're diving into the science of long run pacing. I'll explain why going slower is the smartest choice you can make, how to figure out your personal sweet spot, and how to stay disciplined when your legs want to fly. So let's start with the big question. Why does pace matter so much in the long run? Well, think of your training like building a house. Every speed workout, every hill repeat, every tempo run, those are bricks. But the long run is the foundation. If that foundation isn't solid, the bricks won't hold. When you run at an easier pace, your body adapts in some powerful ways. First, you build more mitochondria. That's the tiny power plants inside your muscles that create energy. More mitochondria means more energy, which means more endurance. Second, you train your body to burn fat for fuel, which is essential for avoiding the wall later in the half marathon or marathon. And third, your heart grows stronger, your capillaries expand, and oxygen delivery improves. But here's the danger. Run too fast and you flip the switch. Instead of aerobic development, your body shifts into a zone that produces more fatigue. You get into that anaerobic zone and you finish exhausted and you don't get the full benefit. Slowing down might feel counterintuitive, but physiologically, it's exactly what lets the long run do its magic. Okay, so how slow is slow enough? And there are 3 proven ways to nail your pace. The first is the rule of thumb. Aim for about 60 to 90 seconds slower per mile than your goal marathon pace. So if you hope to run a marathon at a 12 minutes per mile pace, your long run should be 13 to 13 and a half minutes. The second way is my preferred way, and that's heart rate zone. It's a little more scientific approach, and you keep your heart rate while you're running between 65% and 75% of your max heart rate, or roughly 70 to 80% of your lactate threshold heart rate. Now, if you don't know what those heart rate numbers are, I'll post a couple links down in the description you can use to help determine your max heart rate. And it's not an equation, it's going out on the road and doing some testing. Then there's a talk test. This is a favorite of many runners and especially loved because it's no tech, a low tech, no tech. And what it means is if you can run and hold a full conversation without gasping, you're in the right zone. If you can only manage short phrases, slow down, you're going too fast. Now, for runners over 50, I recommend leaning towards the slower side. Why is that? Because recovery for us takes longer, and running your long runs conservatively allows you to bounce back quicker and stay consistent week after week. Remember, it's not the single long run that makes you stronger, it's the accumulation of many long runs over months of training. Let's talk about some of the common mistakes runners make with long run pacing. First, treating every run like a race. This is a recipe for burnout. Your long run is not the place to prove your fitness or your race times. Second, becoming a slave to the GPS watch. Numbers are helpful, and I look at mine a lot, but conditions like hills, heat, and fatigue matter too. Learn to listen to your body, not just your wrist. Third, skipping recovery because you feel fine. The truth is your body is working hard underneath the surface. Muscles, tendons, and even our immune systems need downtime to adapt. And finally, beware of group runs. They're fantastic for motivation, getting out with your buddies and running, but it's easy to get pulled into someone else's pace. If you finish your long run wiped out because you tried to keep up, you've missed the point. Research consistently shows that runners who spend more time in lower intensity zones see better long-term performance improvements. Remember that. So how can you actually keep your pace where it needs to be? Here are a few strategies. One is start deliberately slow. Keep the first mile be a true warm-up. Make it really slow and easy, even if it feels like you're just barely jogging. Second, use heart rate alerts on your watch. Set a max heart rate. If you go above that, it'll beep, letting you know you're pushing too hard and slow down. And third is run in segments. Think of your long run in thirds. Start easy in the first third, the second third, keep it steady, try and maintain that pace. And if you feel strong, gently lift your pace a little bit in the final third, but keep it easy overall. Finally, pick the right route. Trails, rolling hills, or scenic areas naturally encourage slower running, while a flat bike path might tempt you to run faster. Think of this as discipline training. Holding back early is tough, but it teaches you patience, and patience is a way to finishing races strong instead of crashing at the end. So let's wrap up. The long run isn't about how fast you go. It's about building endurance, strengthening your aerobic engine, and gaining confidence that you can cover the distance. If you finish your long run and feel like you could keep going another mile or two, that's not failure, that's success. That's exactly where you need to be. So next time you lace up for your long run, remember, smart is slow, and smart is what keeps you running strong for years to come. And speaking of smart, in the next episode, we're going to tackle fueling. What to eat before, during, and after your long run, so you've got the energy to go the distance. You won't want to miss it. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please scroll down and hit that like icon. If you're new here, I'd love to have you be a subscriber. Please click that subscribe icon also. Again, I'm Ralph, the Ageless Runner. I'm here to help you run smarter, go longer, and stay ageless. Thank you.